A very good evening and welcome to this week's edition of Times Exclusive, airing on Times Television. My name is Brian Banda. Thank you for joining us. The program tonight is coming to you courtesy of Rainbow Paints. My guest tonight is Mrs. Seodi White. Seodi White is the chairperson for Forum for Concerned Women. We'll be talking on the demonstrations that they had a couple of days ago this week. These are pro-Gen Ansah demonstrations. What triggered this activity and the other matters?
I love brilliant green on my walls. I love signal red, sweet lime, electric blue. I just love golden yellow.
You get all that and more at Rainbow Paints. Imagine a water-based paint that is water-resistant. Imagine a paint that is absolutely washable to remove dirt. And it guarantees you 10,000 cleaning scrubs over its lifespan without losing its luster. There can only be one paint that does just that, and that paint is acrylic sheen. Get yours today at all leading hardware stores. Rainbow Paints. Peace of mind. Part of the deal.
Tikulandireni kulikonse kumene mukutionera madzulo ano. Ndine Brian Banda ndi programu inanso ya Times Exclusive. Lero tikati kucheza ndi Mai Seodi White. Iwowa ndi wapampando wa bungwe limene akulicha Forum for Concerned Women. Mrs. Seodi White, we thank you for coming and welcome.
Thank you very much.
This week you surprised the nation when you had a press conference looting for Gen Ansah. Can you tell our viewers what triggered that move?
So basically, it was a moment of, it's enough. You know, when you say, no, done, this is enough. This is too much. So we said, you know, we've been sort of observing all this thing, this whole fracas that's been happening. And I like most people, at the beginning, when things start, you kind of wonder, say, what's going on here? You know? So you sort of chill. At least that's what I do. Maybe
so you chill.
I chill, you know, because you're like, okay, what's going on here? So you get on, you just carry on with your own life. You think, maybe it's not what I think. You know, is this because she's a woman? Is this what's going on here? Then you at some point as a woman leader, you have to stop and say, what's going on? And then I decided, no, this is wrong. You know, first of all, this name is being picked on, and riding on this name is a systematic, calculated abuse of women, including Gen Ansah. But let me not, before I get to the abuse, because we have to start from, you know, she as the chair of the Electoral Commission. Then you start thinking, okay, there are all these demonstrations that are being held. You know, it's saying she did not manage the elections properly. So what people were saying is a governance issue. It is not a gender issue, it's a governance issue. Fine. If it's a governance issue, is it separate? At what point do you separate the mainstream governance from the gender discourse? You can't. Because within the discourse of governance, you have to understand, are women ably protected? Generally, are women ably represented at decision-making level? Generally, within the discourse of governance, are women safe from violence? And then, in terms of how women are safe from violence, what sort of violence are they safe? You know, is a guarantee for their safety from emotional, psychological, financial, physical violence there. So that's when, for me, the discourse of governance in general cannot be separated from the discourse of gender justice. The two are intertwined.
Okay.
Straight. There are moments of separation of the two when it's just general, that, you know, the gender conversation doesn't have to come in, but they always have to come in at every other stage, depending on the issue. And this is when that's when I started thinking, is the gender conversation properly engaged in this discourse of governance. And I started looking back to say in 2014, with regards to the elections, one, there was a court process as well, if you remember. Two, in terms of the visible mismanagement of elections, we had one person die in Mangochi. So for me, that shows there must have been a problem with regard to the management of elections.
Yeah.
But there was no demonstrations. And the very same people, at least those who contested in 2014, they say they don't accept the results. They said it. They took, I think, 1 year of crying. No, I will not accept. The same person who said I will not accept this time said it then. But how come he did not lead in demonstrations as he has done this time? So the question is it because, and yet this time there was no death. And I pray to God there won't be. I love my country so much. I want everybody to stay alive. And I have been saying there's no death. There is a perception of mismanagement. So if you, Brian, stand up and say, well, these elections were mismanaged, that's not truth. Truth is when you take the evidence that you think you have and go to a particular discourse called the court of law and have them determine the truth. You get my point?
I'm listening.
But if you just wake up one day and say, then, okay, oh, you my followers, follow me. For me, it's a perception, in your head. And you're telling the rest of the country that what I think is in my head, all of you follow. Forget about the democratic process. Let me leave that there. So when I started looking at this to say, this is just perception. And those who are perceiving that there was a mismanagement, they've taken the matter to court. Because the court determines, based on evidence, what is really true. That's why we have courts. That has not happened yet. So how come we are now saying this woman did not manage the elections properly because of what someone is thinking? So then you're like, how come last time there was at least some kind of evidence when someone died? How come they didn't? Is this a gender issue? Or is it, in Chichewatimati, akuntola for Zimai. Okay? Then, now the process starts about vilifying this woman. It's now turned from just expressing a thought to say we're not happy with the way things worked and we are suspicious that there was, because it's a suspicion. We're suspicion that there was a mismanagement. Well, we've taken the matter to court, but we are now going to verify someone. Someone has to take our pain.
So where did you see that the demonstrators have
digressed?
Yeah.
I can't, in terms of the length of time,
Yeah.
I think I started seeing that when now the demonstration was becoming clearly a calculated, in my opinion, political agenda. That was meant to disrupt the running of this country using a woman's name.
But they have said right from the beginning that this is not whether Jane Ansah is a woman or not. They are worried on how she managed.
They are
elections.
worried.
Yeah.
When you are worried in
Yeah.
this country,
Yeah.
if you're a leader or any other person, here at Times,
Yeah.
if you are worried or unhappy with the way you are being treated as an employee, what would you do?
Then you answer me. What would you do in your case?
Don't you go to court?
Yeah.
The point is you are worried?
Yeah, they have gone to court, but they are not happy with the way she handled the elections, as they are waiting for courts to decide whether...
So they've decided to take the law into their own hands.
But the law is very clear. Our constitution allows people to demonstrate.
And
where
are you having property?
Where are you having
and
problems?
And vilify an innocent woman, a woman of integrity who has built a career for 35 years. She was our first female attorney general. It's actually very sad and cruel that a woman who has invested heavily in her legal career, and from my understanding, in her religious aspect, she's a pastor. That's what I hear, and I've known her for years, and I've always known that she's got she has a church, right? And she's a pastor, and she's well respected, and I think that's been her focus, and of course her family. And just because she has taken one of the most challenging jobs in this country, and it has displeased others in terms of the turnout of the elections, and then she should be vilified. On top of the back of the vilification, then it became a vilification of her name and women. We have seen clips, and I'm sure you've seen them, whereby now it's the placards were clearly atrocious. They were horrible.
Give me an example of what you saw.
Hule.
I don't think they went that far.
Oh, Brian, maybe, you're a journalist. You need to pay attention. You need to pay attention.
I didn't see that placard you're talking about.
I have seen it. And before you go on,
yes.
You've seen clips of people on the demonstration thing vilifying other women, calling names which I can never repeat in my lifetime, calling our body parts. It's now turned into a full-blown vilification, abuse.
They have said right from the beginning that they are not happy with the way she managed the elections.
They wouldn't be happy anyway because
she is on record. Justice Jane Ansah is on record having said that when they were dispatching materials for the elections, they did not include the TPEX.
Yeah.
And people are asking where TPEX come from. Is it wrong to ask that question?
Well, the question, this is what I'm saying, Brian. The bottom line is whether we like it or not, unless you want to create another state, another Malawi. Our constitution is very clear. We chose this democracy. It has created 3 arms of government: the executive branch, which is supposed to create and implement government policy and originate laws; Parliament, which then discusses the laws originated by the executive and creates those laws; the judiciary, which interprets the laws and which interprets how various disputes can be managed and dealt with within the context of the law.
Yeah. But
so wait. Therefore, you can't pick and choose. You can't say, actually, for me, this doesn't work. I'd rather do this. Do you understand? You can't pick and choose. If you're a leader, leadership is not for the faint-hearted. I consider myself a woman leader, not because I was ever elected. Leadership is how you form thought, how you create thought process, how you influence thought process in a particular household, community, country.
In 1999, Mrs. White, Malawians demonstrated against the then Met Chair, Mr. Hanja Hanja. Mr. Kalaile also faced, some sort of demonstrations when he was a chairperson of MEC. And these are all men. Where are you getting the women card in all this?
And first of all, how long did that go? With Hanja Hanja, it was a day. The same with Kalaile. It was here in the street. And nobody started abusing him and calling him his body parts. Yeah.
But where are you getting the woman's
That's
card?
what I'm now saying.
Yes.
You've just received my argument here to say at the end of the day, and as I've already told you, that when this thing started, we were like, hang on a minute, let's see. It didn't start like today and the next day we were like, she's a woman. We were like, okay, let's see. But then it has now gone into the gender discourse. And I did respond to you earlier on. I did say, I watched, I checked. I said, hang on a minute, let's see what's happening here. It's been about a month since then. So what is your point? Because I've already answered you. And if you look at the Hanja thing, one day. This Kalaile thing, one day. And it was not...
I don't think the Hanja one was one day.
No, it
he
was.
ended up resigning. You remember, he ended up resigning.
Yes.
What is wrong with Jane Ansah resigning?
The bottom line is she cannot resign on the whims and wishes of people who are not assigned by the law.
Yeah, but you understand that people have
I
a
don't
right.
understand.
People have a right to
I don't think anybody has a right to violate other people's rights in the discourse of their own rights. I don't think anybody has a right to vilify, humiliate a woman really going after her in this vindictive manner. Because what has now come is become divisive, vindictive, humiliating. And now it's spreading to all of us women. We're now being called all kinds of names.
All what they're saying.
They're not saying anything.
All what they're saying.
They've gone to court. They've gone to court.
Yes.
Why
yes.
aren't they waiting for the legal process? Because at the end of the day, for me, I'm also waiting for the court process. I'm sure you are.
Yes, we are all waiting.
We're all
waiting, yes.
So the point is...
Yeah, but the law, the constitution allows people...
Yeah, it doesn't allow others to be humiliated, to use... this is an abuse of the same constitutional right. The same constitutional right doesn't mean it does not come with a responsibility. A constitutional right, every constitutional right comes with a responsibility. Watch this. Yeah. Wait before you carry on.
Okay.
You saw the demonstrations that we organized, the ones that I led in the Forum for Concerned Women. It was an expression of constitutional rights. I promised the people of Malawi before that march, I did promise that they'll be peaceful, and that's leadership, because you are taking a chance. I said every woman will step out of that with not even a scratch. I said not even a broken nail. They'll even celebrate chill after that. And that's exactly what happened. That's leadership. If you lead demonstrations whereby now they are violent, you're not a leader. You've lost control of your crowd.
Do you think Jen Ansah, if she's watching all what is happening and what you're doing, she's in agreement with what you're doing, or you are embarrassing her?
Why would I embarrass her? Why would I embarrass her? You see, this is what the discourse does. It turns gender issues on its head, trying to make us women feel guilty about standing up for each other and for ourselves.
No, I'm asking you.
No, but that's what you're... No, I'm also responding.
Is that question to me?
I'm also responding to your simple question.
Yeah, my question is... Jen Ansah, watching you do all what you're doing, do you think she's proud of you, or she feels embarrassed?
Why would she feel embarrassed?
Because I think you have taken it too far.
Or did a group of women break houses?
No.
No.
The issue, Mrs. White.
The too far issue. Did these women break anything?
Mrs. White.
Did they
Mrs.
say
White.
they're calling her a woman of integrity?
Mrs.
They were
White.
saying she will not resign. Where is the embarrassment? You tell me, would that embarrass you if someone calls you a woman of integrity?
When you go on a national television and they start crying, what does that tell us?
Okay, and that's another thing. Why are men so scared of women's emotions?
They have been...
Why are you so scared of women's emotions?
What were you trying to say?
I was trying to say it hurts me, and it still hurts me today. Maybe, you know what, some people are hard. Some people are hardcore. If they see someone being humiliated, and I'm not like that. I hurt. It still hurts me to this day. To see my fellow woman lawyer, whom I also consider my woman leader, whose shoulders many of us are standing on, a woman who has shown us the direction that she can be Attorney General, all of us can be Attorney General, and you're calling her all sorts of names. You have demonstrations and breakings. Wait, Brian, wait.
I'm waiting.
You have demonstrations, humiliations, violence in her name. It hurts me. So maybe some people are going to get zazi. Maybe ndino fewa. Maybe ndino fewa. Ndiye kuti palizina zazikulu zimema zo ngati za high sizingakuwa wenye ntima. Koma with my simplicity that hurts me.
But you understand kuti nkhani imene ikukambidwa ndionena kuti anthu sakukondwa ndi my Jen Ansah anaendetsera. We have talked about it. It's not whether she's a woman or not. But
that is your perception. Kuti nkhani imene wakambayo ndiya governance. Pachizungu amati governance. Kaendetsedwe kadziko. Mukaendetsedwe kadziko. Muli nkati pa muli nkhani agenda. Sungakambeza kaendetsedwe kadziko osakamba za mmene azimayi ndi azibambo akukhalira. Mmene azimayi ndi azibambo akuchitidwa treat. You can't. The two are not separate.
Mdziko muno azimayi adulidwa mikono. Marubino akhala akuphedwa. So many things have happened to women.
Yeah.
Simunapite pa hotelo pa television kukalira.
Brian,
why
are
is
you
why,
a young man that you don't remember?
tell me the last time you cried on national
okay.
television for a national cause.
Actually, the crying is something that I'm so happy that people are talking about, because people are always scared of women's emotion. I even remember during the press briefings that Meg used to do, at some point Justice Jane Ansah said something in a rather strong manner. Ali said, but today akalipa mai. You know, as my mafuna kuti tizingo
Do you want to answer my question?
I'll answer your question. Yeah. So
because
as my mafuna kuti tisiti, yes, Brian. Zona. Ndikangoti Brian, kumandeni wavukutu. Ndikalira, ndakulira. Ndikasekelera, ndamasekelera. So the point is, at the end of the day, don't be scared of my emotions.
No, you're not answering my question.
I was so hurt,
Mrs. White,
and I'm still hurt.
Mrs. White,
and that's the
Mrs.
point.
White, it's a simple, straightforward question. Mdziko muno mwachitika zinthu zambirimbiri, maalubino akupedwa, azimayi akudulidwa mikono. Oh, so many things are happening. When was the last time you cried for these other matters? Give me the date you cried on national television.
The reason why kulirako kukukanga kukutsoba iweyo.
Whatever tsoba
means.
means.
People are generally scared of women's emotions. Mama uja ndwa ganyavu. Mama uja ndwa wajeni. Analira chan. Brian. Iweyo sanambe nchito. Ma demonstration nandabanga kale. Iwe meti makuma na Capital Radio. Iwe ndile dabanga several interviews. Iwe onali mwana kwa ine matika buya kamfana ka mwana ka tigwena ko nchito. Ndizona. So what I'm trying to say is this Mbakale and is this Zama internet is, and you know the difference even in your work.
For Solangatu, it's very simple. I don't know why
why are you the display of emotion is normative. And it is normative, it can happen in
why is the Jane Ansah issue more important to you kuposa kupedwa kwa malubino, kuposa kuposa nkhanza zimene azimayi?
So you are saying kuti
yes,
I should cry for everything. Is that for you to be convinced that there's a problem, that an issue? You want Seodi White to cry for everything?
No,
is that the issue?
No, it's up to you. You can interpret the way you want it.
Yeah,
but when was the last time you held a press conference speaking against the killing and the abduction of people with abilities?
Every situation is different.
How different is the Jane Ansah issue?
No.
Yeah.
There is no one single story that is the same as the other. You are dangerously delving into a single story. You are saying for every event in the country, there should be tears. That's a single story.
If it is,
there are multiple realities.
Yeah, so
no, wait, let me finish. You were asking me a question and I'm finishing. I'm saying you are boxing events, that for every single event there's one single story. For it to be valid, for it to be important, Seodi White must cry. If she does not cry or she hasn't cried before, it means that it was not valid. And that's wrong, because every event is different.
So to you, Jane Ansah issue is more important than killing and abduction of people with abilities.
There is a difference. That's why, and I'll keep going back.
Yeah.
Because there you are playing propaganda.
I'm not playing propaganda.
You are,
and
I would like to invite you to consider not to do that. I'm saying the bottom line is every story is different. Every reaction is different. For every event. So I've been in this activism for 20 years. My reactions to every story have been different. Every time there've been some demonstrations. Sometime we went to the multipurpose hall. If you remember in 2010, I don't know if you were there. Maybe we're still young as well.
I may not be young as you want our viewers to see.
Oh, really?
But we have to take a short break, Mrs. White.
All right,
we'll be back with you in a moment. In case you're just joining us, this is Times exclusive, airing on Times Television. I'm joined by Mrs. Seodi White. She's heading Forum for Concerned Women. We are talking about issues that matter in this country. We'll take a short break. The program is coming to you tonight under the auspices of Rainbow Pens. We'll hear from them and we'll continue with our discussion with Mrs. White. Don't go away.
I love brilliant green on my walls. I love signal red, sweet lime, electric blue. I just love golden yellow.
You get all that and more at Rainbow Paints. Imagine a water-based paint that is water-resistant. Imagine a paint that is absolutely washable to remove dirt. And it guarantees you 10,000 cleaning scrubs over its lifespan without losing its luster. There can only be one paint that does just that, and that paint is acrylic sheen. Get yours today at all leading hardware stores. Rainbow Paints. Peace of mind. Part of the deal.
Welcome back to the other half of the program.
Thank you.
Pictures are circulating on social media. Nthawi imene a Joyce Banda anagulitsa ndege ya dziko lino. Inu munali patsogolo kuchita demonstrate against Joyce Banda. You never liked Joyce Banda as a president, yet she was a woman. Wasn't it also right for you to stand up for a fellow woman?
After she had sold a plane in a fraudulent manner? Is that what you wanted me to do? And there was evidence?
Did the court of law
No, and there was
found her guilty?
evidence? Okay, where is the plane? Ask me. Where's the plane?
No.
Where is the plane?
You
It
said
says-
these are...
No, because remember what I said earlier
Yes.
about the dangers of a single story.
Joyce Banda.
Now I have answered.
Anali nzimai. Mzimayi anakhala president wa dziko lino. Inuyo a Seodi White munakhala patsogolo kutsutsana ndi ulamuliro wa Joyce Banda. Was that fair?
Let me tell you this.
Yes.
When people say kunai kutsutsana ndi ulamuliro wa Joyce Banda, if you remember and if you're being fair, when Joyce Banda started running this country, first of all, I was very much in support of the governance system that Joyce Banda should become the president of Malawi on the sad demise, unfortunate and sad demise of His Excellency, the former president, Professor Bingu Mutharika. And I, from when I read the Constitution, I felt very strongly, and I did express it, just that people have forgotten, that she is the rightful person to take over at that time, if you remember. That I said, what people have forgotten. I said it. And I kept quiet after that. When it happened, I kept quiet to say, now let her run the country. If you remember, she's the one who started attacking me. She started attacking me. She went to Nkatabe and started vilifying me and Jesse. It wasn't just me, and Jesse. And I remember this particular day, I was jogging on the streets of, on the presidential highway in Lilongwe. And the first thing, on my earphones, I hear this total verification. I was like, what's up with this woman? So at that time, she was head of state. And I think she thought she's immune. I had to answer. I did not break anything. I did not burn anything. I just answered. Take it the way tukupangira. Take a microphone kuyanka. So, and then the point is, I'll tell you what, I know I'm a leader. I'm a woman leader, and what I say matters. And I know, and I knew if I take the mic and respond, people say, oh. But the bottom line is, I answered.
So you never liked
It's not about I never liked. I'm saying
you never supported a fellow
woman. She started first.
Yeah,
she started.
There should be something. There should be something
on a podium.
There should be something.
In Nkatabe.
There should be
I
something.
had to answer and defend myself.
Mrs. White,
and all I did is take a
Mrs.
microphone,
White,
respond. I didn't burn anything.
Mrs.
I
White,
just responded.
Are you going to give me a chance to speak as well?
Well, I gave you one, and you don't seem to be interested in my responses. What do you expect me to do?
No, I'm saying kunena kuti nzima inzanu nsoko.
Although you insist, but the bottom line is the Joyce Banda story. She started the verification, not me.
Why?
Not me. I heard it when I was joking that what the president else.
Chilipo chimene munachita inuyo chimene munthu
the president
munthu sungangodzuka lero.
Exactly. So I'm glad that you realize now that she
What did you do? What did you do?
I talked the same way.
Yeah.
Brian, if I have something to say to the nation and I give you a call, whether today I didn't give you a call, you gave me a call, but I'm saying in normal circumstances, I would say, Brian, this issue I want to raise, I need to talk to the nation. Would you say no?
No, if it's newsworthy, we'll come.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
what listen, I do newsworthy stuff. I don't do things that are not newsworthy.
Yeah, but crying on a national television, it's not newsworthy.
Oh, why are you so scared of my crying? I was so hurt. It's just that people don't think that when you're hurt.
But it looks like Kunjagu.
I still feel very hurt, actually. It's a very sad story.
Kunjagu, people are saying it's a missed opportunity. I don't know.
Zao. Hey, Zao, if they think my crying is a missed opportunity. What is so missed about it?
Yeah, but what
is so missed about it?
The message that
the bottom line, I'm a gender expert,
yeah,
and I know that women's emotions scare people.
Utenga umene munkafuna kuti amalawa amve ukanga kuti suna fike.
Oh, really?
So it's the whole message was misplaced.
Oh, really?
That's what we are hearing.
Oh, is that so?
Do you think?
How did you feel about this country last Friday? Weren't you sitting on tentacles? Weren't you worried about your country? How do you feel today? You feel happier, you feel free.
What has happened?
So, what missed opportunity are you talking about?
No.
There was a propagation of fear that people should be walking ali cheu aziopa zigolawolomwe.
Yeah,
So,
but as you said,
when you say it's a missed what do you think has changed?
No.
You were Friday last week. Suna kaenda iweyo, Brian. Ngoba utakutibula iweyo.
I don't know. I was walking and Hamajita demonstration. It's their right to demonstrate.
The demonstration turned violent. And people became scared.
We cannot
deny that history, Brian. You will regret it.
No.
We have to know. We have to know that our constitutional rights come with obligations. And they do come with obligations to keep other Malawians safe. You cannot call yourself a leader when you are in an environment or you have started something which has caused damage, which has caused fear, which has caused, which is disturbing the peace, which is putting the country on tentacles, and then you call yourself a leader, and then you clap hands. When other people come in and say, no, enough is enough, let's be peaceful. Leave this woman alone, stop the violence. And then you say it's a missed opportunity. How do you feel today? Today is different. How you feel today? You can walk down the street.
Mrs. White.
That's the bottom line. So if it's a missed opportunity, let history judge.
There are other matters takambakali, but it's Mozambique. There are other matters.
What is baka yankaziza zibanje kumadopa so baka pita sokwina. Yanka iwete bitize mene.
No, my demo atsogolera
violent.
The leaders of those
azimai otukwa na azimai onyoze azimai onyoza mai jena nsako achula zintu. Madema majana hotel usandinamize.
Mademo anane na atsogolere kuti asakale violent. I don't think any leader worth his name.
Let me tell you, I led a demonstration of 10,000 women. 10,000.
I don't think it's 10,000, Mrs. White. If you said 2,000, I'll agree with you.
No.
10,000, it's a tall order.
What do you mean it's a tall order?
I saw the pictures.
Unabwela kumademo.
No, I saw the pictures.
Yeah, unabwela kumademo.
We had our reporter there.
The border is 10,000.
Our reporter tells us 2,000.
Amaja organized demo in Dindan.
You probably planned for 10,000, but not 10,000.
Organized demo in Dindan.
If you said 2,000, 3,000, I'll agree with you.
Don't invalidate my position.
Okay.
The point is, when you invalidate, you say, no, if I say this, I'm the one who was part of it. I'm telling you the thing, and you're saying no. You're invalidating it.
Where did you take those women from?
Now, if you remember the presser, from the presser, what did I say? This is going to be a national demonstration. Didn't I say that? I said this is going to be a national demonstration from Chitipa to Nsanje, from Chinji to Nkhotakota. I said it several times. So where do you think I can talk about Chitipa to Nsanje? I won't go Chitipa yalikutiko.
Okay. So
Ndalama
zo wadengera ntunaona na mabasi malore.
Yeah.
Can you tell us where you got the money?
Well wishers.
The DPP government?
Well wishers, not the DPP government, please. That's not the DPP government. It's well wishers. Brian, you'll be surprised how many people want peace in this country. There are people who are saying enough is enough. And they are worried and they are thinking, what can we do? I remember, napita ku MBC TV last Wednesday. That is how this whole thing started. After I saw, manta azimaya nzanga dinaimba mafoni inu tieni tikakambe meze tikuopa mawa matife tikuopa atipwetika ndenati inendike mutu panjanji dziko lindiandani ndilanga, and there's always someone who has to be a leader and step up when you see with clarity what's going on. It started that day, Wednesday, usiku. Nanena kuti ya izizi, it's a gender issue. It has become now a form of violence against women. Nailongo sola bwino, and I said she's being picked on because she's a woman. Tango tamene bantu hataona and hanaka ngati mantaje tamba kutani kuchoka Seodi baiba janza bwino tipange bwanji chan tinamba azimai kutoana koma kuti umpeze nzimai olimba mtima Brian mafuta ndiye nanato ababa I think izitheka azimai bayobamba kulimba mtima ndeno tiyendile approach madonna zathu atithandize ma well wishes zathu madonna zifoti ndikangati ndikuthula I know
simple
my well wishers zathu they started saying
who are these well wishers?
I'm not going to tell you.
Can you confirm whether the Democratic Progressive Party has given you any money?
Never. Never.
So where did you get the money then?
Well wishers.
Which well wishers?
I'm a dema violent jamafusa.
Because it seems
I'm a dema violent
Mrs. White. The reason are you going to hear me? Listen to me. Are you going to listen? Are you going to listen to me, Mrs. White?
Nduguti mafusa ama demo.
Timafunsa. You are mademo anu. Agoneka kuti they are favored by the government. They were continuously covered by Malay broadcast. MBC never covered the other demos. This is why. Okay, so then did you get any money from government?
Never.
Okay, so where did you get the money?
I'm not going to tell you.
Why?
Because there are certain well wishers who wish to remain anonymous. It was so much minutes. Even if you go kunja kwa dziko for a good cause, some well wishers will provide the resources, but we do not want our name to be mentioned. And it's properly legal. But this is normal. We don't know what in the
DPP chilimbali anu mukamachita
mukafusa DPP nangandino DPP
atabwera inu simunafusa kuti mudzata.
What do you mean? What do you You are now calling. You are dealing with their feelings.
It's got blessings of the government. So why do you think they are interested in what you're doing?
I don't know. Go
are
and
you
ask
are you
them.
Are you being sponsored by the government? Yes or no?
Brian. Uganza kuti olopanga never. Ndakuza kale kuti olotapita kunja. And I'm even surprised that this is an issue. This is normal. There are certain well wishers who want peace, who want the country to function the way the country. Akamaona Malawi, akamaona the reputation of Malawi kuti as a brand. They will call you from wherever around the world.
Yeah, but you are a very senior member in government.
Yes,
that's why I'm asking this question. Could I using state resources in doing these things?
The bottom line is pali government as in manesi amena makuthandiza kuchipatala. That's government. Masokoneza atu. Boma is public service. Zipani ndizosiyana ndi boma. No,
that's why I asked a specific question on DPP, and this specific question now is on government resources, considering ikuti inuyo muri ku OPC.
So panon ubaka OPC ndo siwe nzimai. Let me tell you, Brian. Let me tell you this.
Mrs. White, you can do better. Mrs. White, you can do better. This is a very simple, legitimate question.
And I'm answering you.
What are you saying?
If you look at my Twitter handle, which has been there for years, my Twitter handle, it says, mom, wife, daughter, public service reforms, whatever, and a lifetime member of the women's movement. And that's what I've always been. And I want to tell you today, in that I'm a lifetime member of the women's movement. I would die with my shoes on stage in the women's movement. You can never take that away from me, no matter how much you try to box me. I'm not
trying to box you. I'm just asking. These are simple, legitimate questions.
You can, and I'm answering legitimate answers.
Okay. Mudamaliza press conference.
Yeah.
Women are seen on a queue. Kumagalandira ndalama.
Oh, were they?
Why were you giving people money?
Now,
after attending the press conference.
Now, let me tell you this. First of all, you mean the press conference?
Yeah, the press conference.
Exactly.
The press conference.
Okay. Because I didn't see the women receiving money. The demos.
No, there are pictures. They are circulating.
No, I was thinking you're talking about the demos.
Oh no, I'm talking about the press conference.
Yeah, no, the press conference. Yes, I think we've responded to that before.
What did you say?
I have said.
What did you say?
And for the past 20 years, also selling the moto. And the sukuti my media houses also they cater for every event. Ndeti makuza nkuti mukabwela tiza person transport. And I've given you money at transport, and I don't apologize for it. And I've given to journalists because in the madziwa. And most of the journalists are young people, if you remember. You were more kambi and chito kuja. Masoma kamo face, mazisia, zoma enda, anzana bangabe, my foot soldiers, banonga muri top. Mantai manager, makwela minibus, kubwela kuti, ku press event. Ndeti makuti and consider kuti boza ino. Makuti. That practice has not changed. In the same vein, if a woman has come from Lunzu, because to go back to Brian Nati Jampula, this will pass on transport.
So you were paying them for attending your whipping conference?
Yeah, transport. You were in there to make the Unka Jama Tinka Kulipida for Uji. Messa woman, there are times.
Then look for
some capital, transport, and to my kid pay.
No, I'm just asking. It's a simple
yes, I'm not answering. It's also a simple
these women, you were paying them.
I did not pay them. You were reimbursing their transport expenses.
Okay.
Get it?
Demonstrations, women were seen stranded in town.
They were never stranded.
They were never stranded?
They were never stranded. They were gathered, but they were never stranded. Being gathered together is different from being stranded. And I refuse to say those women were stranded. If they were stranded, no.
Some, they did not know what they were coming to do.
Actually, this is actually the saddest thing that this commentary is making. Because I'm meeting in town maybe I'm not in that category, but a lot of people, I'm town Chito. I'm busy, anachoka kumutsi. Ama princess school ndima yawo. Lelo mkwanyoza mayanu kuti ali benzelu sanga sakuzo zimena bwele yakuna.
Why?
Ndeba ebo ndaze ndafika hapo. And I've worked with the village women all my life. I respect them. I know they've got a brain. They know what they're doing. Koma antubafika sazi oma anena azimai kuti akakhala midzi noti ndosaganiza. Yeti mukafuna vote. Mapita suka
what they were
ugaza kuti nzimayi wabudobula ngakwele basi ugaza mata nangoti leo ntangoti did you interview them? Brian, you are a reporter.
No, as I said,
don't
I did not go.
Speculate, Brian. You are a reporter. You are supposed.
Can you give me a chance to answer you back?
I'm going to give you a chance.
Why are you not?
I will give you a chance, Brian. You are a reporter. Ugakakuti, you are a proper investigative journalist. John, do samate geze mpeka on social media. John, Peter Pamene bokamfuse nzimai kuti mai bwela kuna kamera mai mukudzoa chimema bwela pa no akakuyanka ndio utenge nokhani jakuni panga I news story osati kuna wangopeka wapanga political propaganda ndikuipeka nkhani ja yomabo bazafusa ku Brian, you can do better than that. You can do that.
Can I be here? Can I be here?
I'm so disappointed. I'm disappointed, Brian Sanani. You also mbanga interviews zimai basungopeka ina against Brian. What do you think? You really think a village woman has no brain? Mwanyo zesatu azimai kona zikuti utasia nikuti tukwana muganza tifetili benzelu Joseph azimai tatoba nikutukwanidwa mukona mwambalo kwanyo azimai mizikuti ali benzelu.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. No.
What do you think? You cannot even ask
We don't have much time. We don't have much time.
Of course we don't have much time.
We have to finish there. The last question. Ndanagali kunena kuti zochitika zanuzi zikuoneka kuti zili ndi the blessing of the government and probably the DPP. Okay, fine. Do you in any way subscribe to the ideals of the Democratic Progressive Party?
When you say would you subscribe?
Are you a member of the DPP? Yes or no? Yes or no? No.
In fact, muntu kamati ndiwe member. YUTM. What does that mean?
No, I'm just asking. It's a
Nje
simple
Nelson, we
straightforward.
are
Are you a member of the
then
Democratic Progressive Party?
membership, what does a membership thing entail? Neso kuti ndimve kufusa ko bino so kubanga interpret.
No, you are running away from a simple question.
You are not interpreting it properly because I don't understand what is a member.
Do you subscribe to the ideals of the Democratic
What are the ideals of the DPP? And I don't know the ideals.
Okay, so my question is simple. Ndinu membala wa chipani cha DPP my
What
wife?
member ngabati membala? Mutanthauza kuti chani membala ndi amakhani makadi pajata congress ankakhani kadi kamasiko nayo be.
Chifanyani mukutawa funso lokho.
Ino so chifanyani mukufusa fuso zosamveka bwino bwino.
No, it's a simple, very clear. My wife.
Membala ndi chani? Brian,
how well do you know President Mutharika?
When you say how well do I know President Mutharika? What do you mean? I've worked with the president from 2010.
Okay.
Yeah.
Simple.
Worked.
It's a simple question.
I've worked, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think women empowerment it's going to survive, or there will still be challenges? We'll finish on that note tonight.
The issue of gender justice is a continued fight. When we started this fight many years ago, over 20 years ago, we've moved miles. But this has also taken us back. The violence has taken us back. I've managed to help put in laws to protect women, such as the Prevention of Domestic Violence Act, the new Wills and Inheritance Act, the new Penal Code, which has upgraded the age of sexual violence to children from 13 to 16. All that are some milestones that we have achieved. There's still a lot more to be done. It seems like we take 5 steps forward and unfortunately 3 steps backward. This whole thing that has happened to Justice Jane Ansah has taken us back, and we as women activists, we have to fight to gain the respect that we deserve.
You told me a few minutes ago you worked with President Mutharika on what?
If you remember, in 2010, the former head of state, may his soul rest in peace, Professor Bingwa Mutharika, did set up a strategic advisory council. Remember? And I was sworn in as a member of that strategic advisory council. Do you remember who was the chair? The strategic advisory council. It was the current president. So that's when I say I've worked with it. It was in 2010. Yeah.
Mrs. Seodi White,
Yeah.
Quite intriguing hearing you talk. We wish we had more time. Thank you for joining us.
Brian, it's always a pleasure talking to you. We've come a long way. I'm so proud of you. I'm glad you come this. You're my
Finally, you said something
Nice.
positive about me. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you for coming.
Sure.
Well, on that note, we conclude this edition of Times Exclusive here on Times Network. In this edition, I've been talking to Mrs. Seodi White. She's chairing the Forum for Concerned Women. My name is Brian Banda. Until next time when we bring another guest, thank you for joining us. We are Times Television, fair and independent. Goodbye.